Hello there.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Getting you on the grind and improving your mind every single video that we do. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the
Smash
channel if you've not already.
that button.
Today, we're going to be talking about some real life game over here. We're going to go do an experience that we went through last night. Thought it'd be interesting to do a live stream on just because in a little kind of an interesting case study. And Mike had a good idea of doing a live stream on this tonight. So I was like, you know what, we should talk about this. I think people can gain value from topics like this because a lot of guys that are at least single and confused in the dating world, they don't really know what to do. This might be a good video to watch, just sort of, to so you can understand that you're not alone and other people go through the same thing. So last night, Mike, where were we last night?
Yeah, so last night we were at a poetry reading show. Our friend Damien Rucci,
It's
who's
kind of like a
done plenty of,
celebration.
it was a celebration. It was his birthday, big show was going on, and we even did a short of it on the channel. You can go and look at that as well. You can see all the podcasts we had with a lot of those poets that were actually there. And we went to the show, and this was a perfect opportunity to do something where you go and just network, talk to people, and build social skills. And we talked about that a lot on the short. So if you go to our channel later, you'll see that short up there, where we explain that. But what we're specifically talking about is something that happened with Andrew, in later on in the show, during the show.
It was like right
And
before the
yeah, it was like
main
literally just
course
before
started.
the
Yeah,
main
because
show.
poets go up and then they tell their poems and they had a band playing, and then of course we have other lives as well, so we had to go at a certain point. So it was like, oh, bye, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
guys, if you guys see this. I'm sorry we couldn't stay longer.
yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I mean, we did the right thing by just leaving, in between people, instead of like leaving, in the middle of someone, trying to do the thing, trying to be polite and stuff. But the what we're trying to get to is an experience that Andrew went through during the show, well, just before the show began, where he approached somebody and tried to talk to them, and we're going to explain what happened, what what went wrong, what went the way that it was going to go regardless, what to do about the situation as if you were in his shoes.
So yeah, Mike and I are chilling. Mike, and then we're chilling, and then there's a bunch of people coming in the bar because we got there a little early to prep and see what we can talk about. See what's going on, see the scene, just chill out. And so people enter in the room, and there's an attractive Puerto Rican girl walks in, and with her is like an obese woman with colored hair, which I'm definitely not into. No offense to any obese women with
Colored
colored
hair.
hair. Yeah, that's just not my preference. Some guys, trust me, you'll find a guy, trust me. But yeah, so they walk in. You could tell they're friends. They're walking in. I was like, and I immediately was like, okay, I might go talk to this girl. We'll see. So
I know we were networking with a couple other people. We were sitting down by the tables. They were sitting at the bar, but we were sitting at the tables by where they were setting up the show set. And we were talking to a few guys, and I told him that I was gonna go outside where a lot of the other poets were and stuff, and go and try to talk to them real quick. And then you
yeah, so I
talked to
there's this
some other guy.
there was like a comedian poet. He's a pretty cool guy. Shout out to him. He knows who he is. Hopefully, maybe if ever sees this. But I was talking to him, and we were talking. He goes up and he talks on the open mic and comedy, and he tells jokes and all that kind of stuff. So I was telling him, well, you need a certain amount of confidence to go up and speak to all those people in person, because what we do through the internet is a little bit different with the camera and stuff, obviously. So you guys would know. And so I'm talking to him, and then we start talking about confidence. And I'm like, speaking of confidence, watch this. It's like I was just having fun. Like I'm just, that's just me. I like to have the fun in real life. So the guy was like, "What?" Because I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Speaking of confidence, check this out. So like I told him I'll be right back, and I go talk to the girl that I was mentioning before, who's sitting down with her friend at the side. So I go up to her. What I say? I said, "Hey, how's it going?" Simple, like just wanted to see what was going on. Pretty much, she was on her phone, so I took her away from Twitter. Sorry, oops, from Instagram, whatever she was doing, and she's like, "Oh, hi." Like you could automatically tell from the first couple seconds. I already knew she wasn't really feeling me too much. She didn't really smile at all. She was like, "Oh, hi." Like it was just like, "What? Like, who are you?" Don't really care. But I don't really care about all that. I'm just trying to do what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be in my own groove, right? Because I'm just me. I'm just doing my thing, shooting my shot, getting in there, seeing what's going on. So go, how are you? How you doing? And I was like, oh, you one of the poets that's here? She's like, oh yeah, she was. It's like, oh, what kind of poetry do you write about? And then she got really depressing really quick. She's like, oh, I talk about breakups and some other things I'm gonna say. I don't know how far his video is gonna get. I was like, oh, well, that's very interesting. So yeah, and then we see, just some small banter, and then somewhere in between that, her friend started cock blocking, started talking to her, and then she completely just turned away from me completely and was just not
Yeah,
looking at me. She was barely looking at me anyway. She kept looking at her phone. She was talking to me, which is, I already knew this whole time. This is not gonna work. This girl's already kind of done, but I'm just doing my thing. I don't really care, so I'm just talking to her anyway.
yeah. You could tell during the conversation that her, like, we've even talked about this on a live that we did. What was that, yesterday? I think we did it yesterday, where you could tell where when a woman isn't interested in the conversation that you are having with them just by their body language and how they are interacting with you in the conversation. So if you go up to her and you can tell that, she's not really looking at you, she's more focused on something else as she's trying to talk to you, she's saying, shortened answers, like one word answers, couple word answers as responses to what you are saying. That is indications right there that she is not interested in what you're talking about, what you're saying, or and just in you in general.
Yeah, and I
And
kind of, yeah.
that just shows you that that is the sign for you to just wrap this up and go, like, and just go away, because she doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, and I already kind of knew that this was pretty much over. But I did something that a lot of guys don't do. I didn't give a fuck. I'm going in. I'm gonna do my thing, and regardless what she's feeling, if she's trying to get me away, I don't care. I'm still gonna do my thing. I'm still gonna be me. I'm gonna shoot my shot no matter what. So, but she turned away, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. So I walked away, and I just went to go talk to some other friends, and then so that was that. And then some time went by. Mike comes back. We're just chilling. I was like, well, and I like to get rejected. I love getting rejected. Please just say no so I can walk away and just never. Just I know what it is. Like I just like to hear the words "no, thank you." Like
And
please just
which
reject me.
which is
Like
opposite of what a lot of guys say, because a lot of guys will
because
be
I already
like,
knew the interaction
yeah, a
is
lot of guys
done, but
don't want to
I
get
want to at
rejected.
least just have it like out in the open. Like I tried. Like I want her to be able to say, all right, that guy did try, and I shot him down, but he's that guy.
Yeah, because a lot of guys are afraid of rejection. They don't.
Yeah,
They
so
and
a
that's
lot
why
of
they
guys would
don't
not
try.
have even
They don't
continued,
even
but I was
try.
like, Mike, let me get rejected real quick. Hold up. I just want to hear no because I don't care. Let me just get in there. So I was like, hey, whatever her name was, and I was like, it's about to get really loud in here soon. So how about you take down my number and you can call me tomorrow night at 9. We could try to figure out a day to meet for drinks. And she was like, oh, I don't like to text or call, which is just like a dumb excuse. It's like okay.
Okay.
But I played it cool. I smiled. A lot of guys were like, "What the fuck, bitch?" But I was like, "Nah, whatever." I was like, "All right, let me try something else. Let me just go all out, or not at all." So I was like, "It's cool. How about we plan a day to hang out right now?" Then she was like, "I'm good, no thanks." I was like, "All right, cool," and I walked away. And then she said, "Nice to meet you," but I didn't say that because really, eh. So,
This,
so I just walked away, and that was it. Oh my god, oh my god, and I did not care who was around, who saw. I don't care.
yeah,
A lot of you guys take things way too personally. I don't even know her. She barely even knows me. It was a small interaction, did not go well. And that's how it should be. A lot of guys will take that interaction, they'll be thinking about it for days.
they'll
Oh, I can't believe that
overanalyze.
happened, overanalyze. But with the simple solution, with a simple fact of this whole thing, why did this go wrong? Well, it didn't really go wrong. It's just whatever. She just wasn't feeling me, and that's okay. You're gonna interact with a lot of girls in life that you're interested in for a second at least, and then she's not into you. But if she's not giving me that 100% cooperation and that good energy, I'm automatically turned off anyway. I just want to get a no. Let me just get a no real quick so I can move on.
Yeah,
But
a lot of guys, they either they're too afraid of rejection, they overcomplicate and overanalyze the situation that they're going to put themselves in by going up to them and talking to them in the first place. A lot of these guys, they just want things to just come easy, and those things just don't happen. You need to go and put in the work to try to either get a yes or get a no. You need to just go out there, push yourself out there, into, like, push yourself out of the comfort zone. Just go and talk to somebody and understand social cues and understand, people's body language, to know if things are going right or going, wrong, and know if something seems off, or something seems like, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. Then this should be the opportunity for you to know, like, okay, I know I'm going to get rejected. Let me just get rejected, just so it could be over and done with, and it doesn't seem awkward that I'm just standing here
yeah,
saying nothing. And I remember what you were telling me, when you initially went up to her in the first place, and her friend, because girls will do this. if if like a girl that you're trying to approach is with a friend, usually if you are just like a random person that comes up to them, the friend will do whatever they can to try to protect the person you're trying to talk to, and they'll, like Andrew was saying, like she was pretty much like a cock block to you because she pretty
And she
much
turned her head
got,
like this when she was
yeah,
talking to her friend. I was like, oh, okay,
yeah, she
she's
went
definitely
like
just
this.
not.
So then Andrew,
I was like, all
Andrew
right.
was pretty much blocked out of the conversation, and she was now in a conversation with her friend and pretty much completely ignoring Andrew completely.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, well, whatever.
And
But I didn't really
that's what
let it.
women will
Yeah,
do.
but it didn't ruin my night. It didn't make me feel some type of way. I was just like, okay, I have other people that are happy that I'm here, and I was just talking to the people. No big deal. I didn't care what anyone else thought around me. It's not a lot of you guys. You let these girls get to you way too much. It's just a simple interaction. Now I know we'll only talk about one case study, one approach. Fine, you should probably be talking to a lot of girls a day, but that's a whole other story. But these kind of situations will get the average guy extremely upset for days. Like, be thinking, how could this have happened? Oh my god, what if? What could have been? Simple fact of the matter is that she just wasn't feeling it, and that's cool. You just go talk to more women. Simple as that.
Yeah,
Didn't bother me. Did not ruin my night. Oh my god. If anything, I feel bad for her. Actually, I feel a great amount of sympathy because she missed out on me. She missed out on this. And I'm kind of funny sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, especially when I drink. Mike knows.
yes,
I'm a funny guy. I think I'm funny sometimes. So she actually lost by not getting my number. And that's the way the mentality you guys need to be thinking when you're getting rejected. Because sometimes you're gonna go up to a girl and you're gonna try to start a conversation. It's not gonna go well at all. And it's gonna get to you like, I can't believe that happened. Oh my God. But it's just the nature of the game. It's a numbers game. You just gotta go through one. But at least I went in there. At least I went. At least there's no regret. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I didn't say anything stupid. Like, what do you mean you don't want me? It's like, what the fuck? Like a lot of
What?
you go crazy. I just acted like it didn't even happen. I just acted like it was nothing.
Like it was no big deal because you can't act like these interactions that you're having with these women are a big deal. You don't act like these things are a big deal. You Because you should be going through these, multiple times. If you're actually trying to, meet with women, or have conversations with women and try to get these things rolling, you should be doing it with many people, and so it's not a rarity to you anymore, and so these things won't be a big deal. A lot of guys, they're too afraid to do that, to be doing those things. They don't believe in doing those things, and so by them talking to a woman, just a random stranger, they think that's such a big deal, and so that whole situation, that whole conversation that they have is going to be a big deal to them when it really shouldn't be. And that's why a lot of guys will have these reactions, and especially these negative reactions to these women, that pretty much either reject them or pretty much you know uh they pretty much go after them, and or just be very disrespectful to them by doing this, turning away like this, trying to talk to a friend and completely
Yeah.
ignoring them, stuff like that. A lot of guys, they'll get very upset, very angry, and they'll lash out on these women, but that's not who you should be lashing out at. That's not who you should be upset with or angry at. It should be you for not either understanding what's actually happening in the situation, or not going out more and understanding how this dynamic works.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward. And you have to remember the fundamental rule is that, especially like of stoicism, you cannot control what others do or react. You can only control how you act and how you behave. And that's a very important lesson. A lot of people still need to learn. Just because she was treating me a little not so kindly, like not the best way ever, not very respectful per se. I didn't take it too personally. I didn't really, it's whatever. And I realized that this is just how she feels. She don't really give a fuck, which means I don't really care because I only like girls who like me. So I'm turned off anyway. I'm just like, wow, whatever. Well, your loss. You can't let that stuff get to you. You have to remember, you're going in and you don't know what's gonna happen. And regardless of the results, you need to just be cool and just not care, pretty much, because there's so many more out there. You can talk to like 10 girls a night. And it's fine.
Yeah,
Don't let one experience get to you. A lot of guys will get rejected one time and it will like, oh, I'm never gonna do that ever again. Well, you're missing out on a
yeah,
lot of really good experiences if you don't go through the bad ones.
yeah.
You have to get all of them.
Yeah, you have to
But
get the
life
bad
is all
ones.
balance. You have to have a little good with the bad, the sun with the moon. Everything comes together at once. You have to have some rejections to get some victories.
Yeah,
And it's like approaching ghosts is like a mystery box in Nazi zombies and Call of Duty. You don't know what weapon you're gonna get. You don't know how good the game's gonna go.
yeah. You don't know that
You
you're
gotta open
probably
that
gonna.
box though.
You don't know how you're gonna get the 357 Magnum like 20 times in a row.
You
when
may never
you
get the you might not get the ray gun that day.
you may never get the ray gun during that game. You may never get it. It's it's the possibility that you can is the reason why you go to the box. That's the reason why you continue to approach women. That's the reason why you continue to, approach and have conversations and, just keep doing these things and try to see other women, multiple women, seeing as many people as possible, because you never know when you can get the ray gun in, in those terms, and you're going to get a lot of rejections. That's just the way it's going to be. It's always going to happen that way. But you can use those rejections to build upon yourself and learn from the mistakes that you might have made, or learn from the reaction of how she took of you talking to her body language, understanding the body language of women by knowing when they are uninterested, when they are interested, when they're on the fence of being interested, but they have something there that you can spark them with something that you might, just by you being you, something like that. You can understand all these different things, and you can learn and build upon it, and you can get better results by actually taking those and learning.
Exactly. So thought we would share this little case study because I thought it'd be an interesting thing to talk about. And so definitely. So, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hope you guys found this valuable. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to our channel if you've not already. Help us out. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next video.